Okay, so Kamen Rider Zeztz episode 1 has just premiered. The brand new season of Kamen Rider streaming worldwide for many people to enjoy. So, if you're going to be one of those people that's going to type in the comment section, where can I watch it? How can I watch it? How are you watching this? I want to watch this. How can I watch this? Blah, 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 blah. I get it every fucking year at the start of a brand new show. You can watch Kamen Rider Zeztz worldwide streaming on YouTube at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Zone or whatever time zone you're in the world. So it's streaming on YouTube for free. It's streaming right now for 24 hours by the time I post this review. So go watch it right now and you can watch it for yourself. So this very first episode, I didn't really know what to expect going into it because I didn't really follow any of the Zeztz scans or the leaks or anything like that because I haven't been keeping up with it. I've been following bits and pieces here and there that I see online and on Twitter, but I haven't been keeping up with all the scans and the leaks and stuff like that when it came to this season. I mean, I didn't even watch the press conference. So the build-up towards this season, I didn't really follow. But before we get into the review, recap, discussion, ramblings, whatever you want to call it, let me just introduce myself. I'm Ash, also known as Deoxy360. I mostly cover Power Rangers or the Power Ranger comics, but because Power Rangers is quote-unquote dead, might as well cover things like Super Sentai and Kamen Rider and other things that are still going right now. So, Kamen Rider Zeztz Episode 1. Right off the get-go, this was a really interesting episode, especially the cold opening as we're introduced to our hero, because we're introduced to a dream sequence, our main hero's dream, you could say, where he's this undercover cool secret agent that saves the celebrity in the end, and he's also a bit of a wacky silly goofball, which is something we saw at last week in the Gab finale. But he's kind of a wacky, silly goofball with everything going on, but he also wants to do good things as well. I mean, when he's at the job search place, he does say that he wants to be a secret agent, which is kind of dreaming too big, especially going to like a job place, saying stuff like that. But there's this scene where he's entertaining the kid, he goes inside the office, and there's a bit of a fake out where the kid's like juice box is empty, and then there's this weird creepy dude that says, "Oh, I'll get you another one," and walks off with the kid, and you immediately think, "Oh, that's the kid's father, they're going to get a juice box." But when the mother soon comes in and realizes that a kid's missing, he quickly jumps on the scene and realizes what's going on. But he's hit by a car and heavily injures himself from one of the nightmares. So this is the nightmares concept that we're introduced within the episode, where nightmares can take shape and form and they can enter reality. So the monsters of the week with the nightmares. And the first one we meet is the gun nightmare that is chasing down our hero. And I gotta say, the atmosphere for the chase scene is freaking dark and eerie, and it's really creepy. I mean, I watched the episode a couple of times already, and I watched in bits and pieces and blurs to see if I missed anything, or just to watch it with no sound so I can pay attention to the visuals and stuff like that in the backgrounds. And overall, that scene where he's running away from the monster is really freaking creepy, I will say that. But our hero ends up transforming into Kamen Rider Zeztz, and I will say, having the belt as sort of like not a wrist belt where it's a belt that can go around you is really interesting, and like around your waist, around your chest is how he's got it. That's a really interesting concept of how they're doing it for this season, and the transformation sequence we get is really freaking cool. I really enjoyed the henshin scene we got when Zeztz first transformed, and sort of the elusive lights that it does when he transforms. That's really cool. I like how the suit glows. That's really cool. That really got a kick out of me. I think that looked really visually cool. But even having the fight scene take place at night is freaking amazing as well. And I think that works well with the whole dream aspect they're going as well. I mean, in Rider and Sentai, it's always amazing to have a fight scene take place at night or in the rain. They're like the code of cool or the code of looking awesome when it comes to these series. And because the suit glows in the dark with the effects they're using on it and the lighting and the LED lights, makes this suit look really freaking amazing, especially like the translucent lighting they're doing on it with the suit makes it stand out and pop a lot when you have the fight scenes with this episode. And like I said, nighttime fight scenes are really freaking awesome. But with the whole dreams aspect of this show, I know a lot of people said Inception, but the vibes I got, especially when the gun monster was chasing Baku down, and you see him getting injured from the monster, and he's being lifted up from the bed, and he's just screaming in pain. I got like Nightmare on Elm Street vibes when that was happening, because there's a scene from that movie where something like that, well, exactly like that happens. They're the vibes I was getting when I saw that scene. So I wonder if that's where they're pulling from. Who knows? But they're the vibes I got when I saw that scene. If you know, you know. But they're the vibes I was getting when you had that scene where Barker was being raised up from the hospital bed. But he's able to defeat the monster of the week. And when he wakes up, he thinks it's all a dream. But not really, it's not a dream because he's got the driver attached to him. So he's now a Kamen Rider under the name Secret Agent Zero. And he's got his little communicator now. So he'll be hunting more of those things in the nearby future. So we'll see where that's going to go. But overall, I thought this was a really good, strong and first impression of the very first episode of Zeztz. So I'm curious to see where it's going to go moving forward from here. I enjoy our main character. Our villains look really cool. I think we've yet to meet all the other villains within the series, but like I said, I didn't follow the press conference or anything like that, so I'm going in this very blind. So if a brand new villain shows up, then, and I'm like, oh, they're a villain, I had no idea, then I had no idea, because like I didn't follow the press conference. So overall, first episode did really well. If you haven't watched it yet, it's streaming right now on YouTube. I'll leave a link in the comment section down below where you can watch it. And go check it out right now, because Kamen Rider Zeztz looks like it's going to be something really interesting moving forward. So we'll see what's going to happen. Looks like Yuya Takahashi is doing some interesting world building like he usually does. So we'll see what happens. But overall, I really enjoyed this first episode, and we'll see where it goes moving forward. So with that said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Take care. Bye.